Peter, so what's a day like in an animator's world?
Okay, so I'm going to take you back though to the 90s, right? We're working on 2D, right? So I was a 2D animator. It's you have your desk, right? There's these big wooden, animation desks. They have a disc in there in the middle with like a light under it and stuff. So you sit there and you have basically, unless you're a supervisor, you have like, they have their offices. We have like a cubicle of sorts, and, you usually have headphones on. Most people have that. And you get a scene, right? And you have this, and you're working on either a scene or part of a scene. And so you're usually by yourself most of the day. And then there's kind of a hierarchy of like when you finish up a chunk of a scene or a scene, you'll either show it to the supervisor or the directors or the head of the department, something like that. But most of the time you're totally just, by yourself, like listening to something. And then, it's like at the beginning of the week, end of the week. That's when the real excitement kind of comes in. At the beginning of the week, you will review the scenes you're going to have. And that's always exciting because you're like, oh man, we got this one. And the animation doesn't exist a lot of the time. So you just do the storyboard, the voice, which is kind of really exciting. And then it's more technical at the end. You see dailies. They call it dailies, but it's really weekly most of the time. When you see lots of people's scenes, and that's, great. So, I mean, again, most of the time it's very, almost solitary. You're part of this big whole, but you're really just, everybody's doing their thing. And it's totally different than what I do now, right? I mean, so I'm a writer and illustrator now. I know you asked about animation, but as an illustrator, I work at home now, right? So I don't go to a building, and that in itself isn't nice at this point in time. And I don't deal with a whole team as much as just my editor. I have an art director as well. They call him a designer a lot of times. But you'll work for months. Like I don't see it on daily. We'll talk about something and it'll be like, next month, can you give me a draft type of thing? And for me, I've been lucky because at Random House, they're great. I mean, I can't say enough good things about them. They really are so committed to the project and to the art that last two of my projects, they've actually pushed back, either one of them even a whole year just to kind of redo. This is, again, I don't have to spiral off, but how committed like Random House's Penguin is on, the quality of the books, right? So I had my last picture book, Moby Duck, it initially took place actually outside in real life in Nantucket, right? So this boy, he got hit by a wave and this rubber duck got washed out, and it's his adventure to find it. So on the last page of the rough, there was a picture of the boy back in his bathtub kind of reenacting this adventure. And this was already like we've been doing this for a couple months, and they're like, wow, that just spawned, we had an actual meeting with all these people, the other people, to say we want to push back the book by like a year and redo it because we like the idea of the whole thing taking place in the bathtub. And it took a little bit convincing, but ultimately it was way better because it's more of a kid-friendly book. The main character initially was almost like 10, right? And so it wasn't as a picture book like. But now it's all in the bathtub. He's much younger, and the idea of this epic ocean adventure is more feasible because it's in his imagination. All of that spawned from just that last drawing. But when you get a group, you have a company or, people that are really behind the quality of the artwork and pushing it like to the highest level it can be, good things can happen, Disney's like that too. They have a little bit more, the deadlines are sometimes a little bit harder. The in the can deadlines just mean like the release dates, right? But still, like they just do what it takes to make it as great as possible.